welcome. I'm your host Ruby Gill, and I feel honored to welcome you all on the behalf of lovely professional university. So, attendees, what do you think the essence of today's webinar? Well, I'm glad to share with much excitement that today our expert will deliver her expertise and make us learn about let's see the world without eyes, AI-enabled object recognition. So I'm sure you must be as excited as I am for being the part of today's learning process. So kindly allow me to introduce our experts. Ms. Usha Mittal, Assistant Professor, School of Computer Science and Engineering, lovely professional university. An intellectual personality with an experience of 11 years as an academician, and her expertise lies in image processing, machine learning, and deep learning. So, ma'am, thank you so much for giving us your valuable time today.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Additionally, I would like to welcome our admission expert, Dr. Chirag Sharma, Assistant Professor, lovely professional university. Having 10 years of experience as an academician, he has specialization in image processing with 45 research papers in international journals. And today, attendees, he'll give you an insight of eligibility, fee, and scholarship, which I'm sure will make you save a lot of money. And in addition to that, he'll also be sharing the infrastructure part of the university. So thank you so much, sir, for joining us today. So with this, we'll begin our today's webinar. I welcome you all once again to the webinar and looking forward for a great interactive session. So over to you, ma'am, for the content of today.
Thank you, Ruby ma'am. Yes, good morning, all the presenters, attendees over here. I am Usha Mittal from School of Computer Science and Engineering, working as an assistant professor. And I am going to give you a webinar on the object detection. Yes. So today I am going to give you a webinar on the topic, let's see the world without eyes, AI-enabled object recognition. So we are going to make learning for the machines so that rather than humans, machines will tell you which object is available in the image and where it is available within the image also. So in this particular session, we are going to discuss the brief idea about the machine learning and the deep learning, introduction to the object detection, how to prepare the data so that we can make the machines to learn, that is labeling of the images, as well as I will give you a demonstration that how the computer program is working to detect the objects. So we are learning, even in our daily life, we are making the learning of the things, we are making the children to learn by making the things, visualizing them, and by showing the different type of objects. We are having the different aspects of learning. First of all, we need to understand how the human beings are learning so that we can copy, we can clone that particular same behavior, the same type of process into the machine, so that machine will also be able to learn in the similar manner the human beings are learning. So here in this particular slide, I have shown you one particular picture. That particular picture is corresponding to a particular English alphabet, and we already know that this particular image is corresponding to the English letter, English alphabet, that is Z. So those who have already done with ABC, they will be able to recognize what that particular letter is. But yes, any particular child who have not studied or have not started the schooling and not recognized with the ABC will not be able to tell what we have shown over here. Similarly, I have given you one image, one more object over here. That particular object, now we can say it can be a circle or it can be an English alphabet, that is O. Now, as the shape is changing and we have made our experience in the different areas of our life, like we can have English alphabets, we can have different mathematical shapes, we can have other type of objects. We can recognize a single object into the different categories based upon its shape, based upon its pattern. It can also be considered as a numerical digit 0. So we are having three type of classification for this particular single figure. It can be your English alphabet O, it can be your mathematical numeric digit 0, or it can be a geometrical shape, that is a circle. So in which particular category, in which what we needed to know about this, we needed to tell in which sense I am going to ask the question from a particular human person or from the machine as well. Similarly, if I am showing you this particular image is corresponding to a animal, that is a duck. So now come to a childhood. Suppose we are having a kid of 2 years, 2.5 years. If I am going to show all these particular three images to that particular kid, definitely rather than understanding the Z or understanding the circle, the kid is going to recognize this duck first. What is the reason behind it? Because we as a human are having the ability to learn the things by looking at their shape and pattern. And as from the birth of that child, we are showing them or we are providing him or her with n number of toys. So it may be one of the toy with him. So we'll be able to recognize this particular duck as compared to Z or O, or if he has not started the schooling but playing with the toys, watching the cartoons, TVs, mobile phones, so definitely we'll be able to understand that this is a duck but maybe fail to recognize. So whatever the things we are looking in our daily life, that particular things are giving us an experience. They are giving us some visualization for the real world things that are available around us, and by visualizing them we are able to understand or we are able to learn in which particular class one particular object can be recognized. So each particular object of this particular type is having a particular label, a discrete label, and that particular label can be assigned based upon our prior learnings. Prior learning means whatever we have learned before giving a test or before making a classification. That may be based upon the shape of that particular object, the pattern of the object. Now, if I will color this particular circle in such a manner which will be a colorful and looks like a 3D image, you can say that particular circle can be a ball. So the pattern in which we are going to make the coloring, we are going to make the figure, that is also going to change the class, the category of a particular object. So based upon that, but we should know what are the different categories available. Animals are there, toys are there, English alphabets are there, numerical digits are there. So what are the different categories in which we can place a particular object? So after that, what we are checking, to which particular class, to which particular category that particular element is belonging to the most. For example, this particular image is not belonging to the mathematical category. It is not belonging to the animal category. It is belonging to only alphabet, English alphabet category. So we can say that the very first image is corresponding to the English letter. The second image is belonging to the different categories. So depending upon your knowledge, depending upon your understanding to which you are most familiar, you are going to place this particular image either in the English alphabet or in the numerical digit or in the geometrical shape. Similarly, this particular object can be classified as an animal category because it is belonging to that category only. So by looking, by checking to which it is most nearly belonging to, we are going to make a final classification and we are preparing a answer. So there are different challenges when we are making these type of learning. For example, if I have shown you this particular image, I just want to ask you one question. This particular image is corresponding to which particular object? Is it any animal? Is it any bird? Or what is the name of that particular animal? What you are going to recognize by looking this particular image? Ruby ma'am, you can share the answers if the participants are giving anything in the chat window.
Sure, ma'am. If they'll write anything, I'll inform.
Yes. Yes. Anyone can recognize which particular type of object it is, which particular type of animal it is.
And everybody is saying duck, or there's another question.
Everybody,
The turkey is also there as an answer.
duck or
Turkey.
okay. So yes, this particular animal, the answer is right. The animal is looking like a duck. If you will see it from left to right side, this is the beak of the duck, and this is the neck of the duck. This is the eye of the duck. But now try to see the same image from right to left hand side. If you will see this particular image from right to left hand side, definitely you may be able to see the another type of animal in the similar image. It will become the mouth of the rabbit, and this will become the ears of the rabbit, and this is the eye. So a single image can be considered as a rabbit or a duck. There is just only a confusion because of the very small details of the image, that is this particular edge. If this particular edge is smooth, this is smoothly round, then it will be only duck. We cannot say that this can be a rabbit as well. But this particular image, those who are able to identify this particular small detail, they can say that this particular image cannot be a duck, can also be in the another category. So as a human being, sometimes we may skip to analyze, to find out such smaller details. And what we are wanting, we want that our machine should be able to analyze us. That means what? We need to make intelligent that much enough so that image can be analyzed at each and every point by the machine, so that it can be classified and can be detected in an appropriate category by the machine. So feature recognition, feature identification, you can say, is a major challenge. How many number of features we are able to identify, or how much details you will be able to look within a particular data, so that we can make a proper analysis that what we can infer from that particular data set. There can also be another aspect of learning. If you will see this particular graph, we are trying to find out the height of a baby based upon the age. If the baby is of 4 months, what will be the length of the baby? If as the baby is growing 8 months and 12 months, what should be the height? So based upon that, we are making a machine to learn that as the age is increasing, the height of a person is also going to be affected. So whenever we are going to enter, or in the future, whenever anyone will ask that a particular child is of 5 years, what will be the height? What should be an ideal height of that particular person or that particular child? So because we have provided all that particular data to our machine, your machine will be able to make some calculations based upon the data that it has seen in the previous history or in the previous time. So based upon that, the machine or even we humans, because we have seen in our daily life the children of around us, in our family, in our neighbors, in our friend circle, that depending upon the diet, depending upon the area, region, in which particular region the person is belonging, depending upon the parent's height, the height of a particular child is going to vary, and we can estimate. We can estimate, and similar type of inputs we are making, we are providing to the machine, so that machine will also be able to learn and will be able to predict in the future whenever we are providing such type of input, that what should be the height whenever the person is going to be 5 years or 10 years or 12 years. So whenever we are working with such type of application, the type of the data we need is a continuous data. Earlier we have seen, when we are making the classification, we are categorizing the data in from one class to the another class. We need the image type of the data or the video type of the data. But now, whenever we are trying to predict some numerical value, weather prediction we are always seeing, stock market prediction we are always heard about, and we are trying to predict that what can be the value or what should be the value after 5 years or 10 years for a particular product. All that particular calculations or all that particular learnings can be done by using the continuous data. So whenever the continuous data is there, we need to check how the data is variable. If the parent's height is more, what will be the impact on the baby's height? If the parent's height is less, what will be the impact on the baby's height? So there is a variability, and yes, the parent's height can also vary. So we need to analyze the correlation between two variables, between two different features, and based upon that particular two features, how the actual result is different, or how the result can be formed. We needed to make the analysis for that by plotting the data on the graphs by using the coordinate geometry, and we will be able to build the answer for the same. So this is one of the second aspect of learning, in which we are trying to learn the things from the continuous data. Now we are having the third aspect of learning. In the third aspect of learning, we have given with one image. Now, what we can do by looking at this particular image? I needed to process this particular image. How I can process? Can anyone give the answer? I'm giving you some different objects. I'm not telling you what to do. What you can do with this particular type of data? We can differentiate. This is a very messy type of image in which we are having some circles, some cubes, some pyramids within the image. So if I'm giving you a bucket in which we are having the different shapes available, and I'm asking the child that you need to scatter that particular data into the different categories, and I'm not telling them that what are the features you need to analyze. So what they can do, they can either classify, or you can say categorize this particular data based upon the shape, that if all the circles should be placed into one bucket, all the cubes can be separated into the another group, all the pyramids can be grouped into the third group. Or we can also classify the same sort of data based upon the color. Orange color objects can be put into one group, green color objects can be put into the second group, and red color objects can be put into the third group. So we have not given that we needed to classify this particular data either in the geometrical shapes or in the coloring shape. It is totally up to the human, up to the user, that what is a feature we will be able to recognize by looking at this particular data, that in how many number of groups I can form, and I can divide that particular data. This is a very simple image in which we are having 3 objects and 3 colors. So whatever the category we are choosing, in both the cases, we are going to divide the data into the 3 groups only. So the data can be grouped up into the 3 classes, or you can say 3 categories. Now, this is a little bit complex picture. If I am saying, okay, you need to group up this particular data into the different categories. What can be the different categories that you are going to make by looking at this particular image? Anyone? So one can classify, or you can say one can make the group as a who is the captain, who is the team member. That means we can divide this particular data into the 2 different categories. One is the captain and second is the team member. Another person can make the categories as who is the fielder, who is the batsman, who is the bowler. So depending upon your knowledge in the area of the cricket team, you can divide this particular data into the 2 classes, or into the 3 classes, or into the 4 classes, depending upon your knowledge. So what we are having the unknown data set. We have not given that which particular type of data, which particular type of categorical data you are having. You need to analyze the data. You need to use your prior learnings to group up the objects into the different categories by extracting the meaningful features from them. What are the features that you are going to extract? You can extract the color, you can extract the geometrical shape. We are checking the captain or the team member. Further, we are looking for the batsman and the ballsman. So accordingly, we are going to find out some of the features and attributes. Based upon that, we are going to extract the data, or separating out the elements from one to the another. We are looking what are the relationship between the objects, and finally making the groups, and that particular type of groups are known as the clusters. So these are the tasks. These are the tasks that we are performing in our daily life very efficient. And from these particular type of tasks, what we want that your machine should also be able to do the same. Now, this is the 4th aspect of learning in which we are very eager. We are always going to do this particular type of task or these type of learnings. If this particular image is a sort of a Sudoku, this is a sort of a game in which what we have to do, we need to arrange the numbers in such a manner like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 in row wise, column wise, or in a 2 by 2 matrix will come without any repetition. So we as a human will be able to solve these type of problems if they are easy. If we are practicing it more and more, we will be able to even solve the hard problems in a minimal amount of time as well. Similarly, this is a very basic game that we are playing from a childhood, that is a tic-tac-toe game. The previous game is a one-player game. You can alone play the game. We do not need any opponent. But if I want to play this particular game, this is a 2-player game. As a single person, I will not be able to play. I will not be able to entertain myself with this particular type of game. And suppose none of my friend, none of my cousin, none of my sibling is present to play with this particular game. How I will play? So I want my gadgets to be my friends, so that with the help of them, I will be able to play, or I will be able to entertain. So the 4th aspect of learning is making your machines to learn how to solve, how to play with the games, so that humans can compete with them. And we want that machine should be made intelligent enough so that it will not let the human to win very easily. Human will needs to make the efforts like it is making the efforts with the other humans to play or to win the game. So basically, based upon the different aspects of learning, we have learned about the 4 different aspects of learning. Whatever your first and second aspect of the learning is there, it based upon the prior information, prior data, and based upon that we are going to build the answers. Third aspect of the learning is we are having some unknown sort of data. We need to find out some meaningful features from that, and we are going to make the clusters based upon the features we have extracted from your data. Fourth is your based upon the motivation, self-motivation, in which we need to play, reiterate. Reiterate means working again and again. You will become a master in a particular game or in a particular problem solving area when you will make the practice again and again. That means you will loop back. So the same sort of scenario, same sort of programs we need to make for the machines to learn, so that it can reiterate, so that machine will solve or will apply all the rules whatever we are having for solving the game. So whatever your first and second aspect of learning is there, it is known as a supervised machine learning. Whatever your third aspect of learning is there, it is known as the unsupervised learning. Basically, the supervised word comes that we are having some supervisor, we are having some teacher available with us who is going to tell that in which particular category you need to categorize the data. In the case of the third learning aspect, that is the unsupervised learning, we do not have any teacher with us. We are making our own knowledge, our own learning, and based upon that we are going to process that. So no teacher, no supervisor is there to supervise, to guide us that in which particular direction, in which particular area we needed to think about and we needed to give the answers. Last and the fourth aspect is the reinforcement learning. Reinforcement learning in which we are not having as such any supervisor, but we are taking the motivation from our environment. Yes, if my friend can score 98% marks, why I can't? So I need to study hard. I will increase my timetable. I will increase my studying time, self-study time, so that in the next time I will be able to improve my performance and will be able to reach to the highest level. And in case if I am performing not good, there will be someone who is giving me some negative reward that very poor, or you have not done good, you need to improve your progress in the next time. Even when we are playing the games, you are getting some scores. If you are getting the highest score, it is giving you the motivation. Yes, next time also I need to take the move in such a manner that I can take the maximum reward. And if any particular move is giving you the negative reward or the negative marks, you will avoid to take such type of move in your next move in the future, so that you will be able to score the highest marks. So the fourth learning aspect is based upon on your self motivation, and to gain the knowledge in that particular area, we are trying to work with the things again and again. Now, object recognition is one of the application, one of the major area of the research in which we are working when we are working with machine learning and deep learning. So when we are discussing with the object recognition, we need to understand two or three different terms. First of all, what is the classification? What is an object classification? Object classification is coming under the first learning aspect, that is the supervised task, in which we have informed, we have provided that in which particular class, what are the different classes available, and in which particular different classes we can put a particular object available in the image. For example, it can be put into the apple category or into the mango category. If this particular image is corresponding to the vehicle, whether this particular vehicle can be a cycle, can be a bike, can be a car, can be a truck. So this, when we are providing such type of information, it will be known as a supervised task. So object classification is coming under the supervised. Next, we have the object localization. What is the object localization? Object localization means we needed to determine at which particular position within the image the object is available, and we needed to define that particular object by drawing a round rectangular box around that particular object, because it may also feasible that in an image we may have more than one object available. So to detect all the objects that are available within the image, we needed to detect all that particular image, we needed to identify, and we needed to put the boxes around all the images. So object detection is the combination of classification as well as localization, in which we are going to classify that whether the object is a cycle or it is a bus or it is a truck, and where the bus is available in the image, where the cycle is available in the image, or where the truck is available in the image. As well as we needed to separate out these particular objects from the background objects, as well as when we are working, it is also giving you the confidence value. Confidence value means how much your machine is confident to say that this particular object is belonging to a particular class. So hopefully what is the classification, localization and detection? The concept is clear. And now, how we are learning in our daily life, just look in this particular slide, how the learnings will be done in the classrooms. Look this particular slide once or twice. See again. This is the teacher. This is the teacher. It's a child. Teacher is giving the teacher is making a learning of the different types of dinosaurs to the child by showing the different type of images. So the student is trying to learn all those particular dinosaurs by looking at the shape. Now the test time will come. When the test time will come, teacher has given one new image to the student. The student has not seen it earlier. The teacher is not available at that particular time. The student is recalling. The student is recalling the type of the images he or she has seen during the class and trying to find out whether this particular type of animal he has seen earlier or not. He is looking like, it looks like an image that he has seen. He's trying to guess, and he is guessing that this is a dinosaur. So in our daily life, we are learning in this particular fashion. Similarly, we want to make the classification whether a particular image is corresponding to a cat or a dog. So what we are doing, this is a neural network. Neural network is nothing. It is a collection of multiple neurons. Neuron is the basic unit that is available in a brain, and based upon the neurons inside our brain, we will be able to make the learning of the things. So similarly, in the case of machine learning and deep learning, we are using the neural networks, a large collection of neural networks, so that they will be able to learn in the similar fashion a human brain is working. To make the learning of this particular machine, we needed to provide some data. So that particular data, because we want to make the classification, we are going to collect some images. I want to make the classification whether a particular object available in the image is cat or a dog. We are going to collect the images of the cats as well as the dogs. With some particular images, I am making the machine, I am making the neural networks to learn that this particular image is corresponding to cat, this particular image is corresponding to dog. So we are providing all these particular images one by one in an iterative manner, so that the machine will able to find out the features, that how the cat is different from the dog and what are the prominent features of the dogs, so that whenever any new image will come in the future, the machine will be able to understand. So whatever this particular architecture, whatever this architecture we are using, that particular architecture is the actual process, actual machine that is going to learn the features that are available in these particular images. It is transferring the features from one layer to the second layer to the third layer. As the features are going from one layer to the next layer, more details of the feature, very small, very detailed features will be learned by revising the things again and again, and the accuracy of your model will get improved. So similarly, we are going to work with the object detection, in which we will provide one image to the system. If you will look this particular image, this particular image is containing 3 cycles, 1, 2, 3, and one vehicle is also there. And when we will give this particular image to the machine, your machine will be able to identify like that. This is a cycle, this is a cycle, and if it is not, we are not saying that whatever your machine is here, it is always giving you 100% of the result. We can improve the accuracy of your model to 70%, 80%, 90%, 99%, but we cannot give a guarantee that 100% result you will get. Similarly, we can see here, even because the model or the machine is overlapping these two objects, the car as well as the cycle, it is making a rounding box around the cycle and saying that it is a car. So some sort of because the machines cannot be that much intelligent, so some sort of compromise we need to do whenever we are working with the machine learning or deep learning. But yes, we will be able to improve the accuracy depending upon different parameters. Here I am going to give you one demonstration for the detection of the vehicles and classification them by using a particular model that is known as the YOLO V5. YOLO V5 is a deep learning pre-trained architecture. The full form of the YOLO is you only look once. You will look the image only at once, and you will try to analyze how many number of objects are available and which type of objects are available, where they are available. So we have implemented this particular model in the Python programming using the TensorFlow and Keras library, and all that particular implementation is done on the Google Colab. So we are going to work it on the machine now. So switching to the Google Colab. So this is one of the program that has already been written over here. Hopefully my screen is visible and you are able to see this particular code. So whenever we are working with any deep learning object or with deep learning application, it needs a lot of time for the training purpose. So here to show the demonstration, that training, the preparation of the data has already been done, and I'm going to show you how the model is working and little bit information that how that particular code is working. So if you will see, first of all, we are making the requirements that are required to work or to run this particular program. We are working with the torch. We have used the TensorFlow and Python in this particular. So first of all, we will install all the requirements that are required to run the YOLO V5 models. So it is making all that particular requirements, installing all those particular libraries which are required on my system will take some time. Meanwhile, it is making the preparation in the data. I am showing you where our data is and how we have prepared. We have collected n number of images which are corresponding to the vehicles. You can see here we are having images in this, and each particular image is containing some cycles, some cars, and some other type of object. So that we will be make or available this particular data for the machine to learn, we needed to provide the labeling. So for the labeling of the data, we have used the label image. Label image is a software. We have used that particular software. How this particular software is working, we needed to upload any particular photo in which we want to make a label. So some of the images are available on my system. I'm going to pick up any particular image. We have taken this particular image. We needed to make the training data so that the machine will be able to learn from this particular data what category we have assigned to one particular object. We needed to draw the rounding boxes. So here is an option to create the rectangular boxes. We will create a rectangular box around this particular cycle, and I will provide the name that whatever the box I have created, it is corresponding to cycle. Similarly, I will create another rectangle box around this particular cycle. We'll give the name as a cycle. Okay. Third, this is a cycle. Okay. Then we are having a car. We can make a box around this, and we can show that this is a car. This is a car. So by doing this, we needed to do it manually. We needed to prepare your data that we want the machine for the learning. So we needed to prepare this particular data. We will save this particular image. We can save this particular image. Then we can fetch the next image and so. So by using the label image tool, we have given the labeling to each and every particular image. So after preparing the data, we have processed our data using the RoboFlow. RoboFlow is a, you can say, third-party tool, or you can say a website, which is converting your data into the appropriate format in which you require. So what we are saying that from the RoboFlow, we are taking a YOLO V5 format that is available because YOLO V5 is given by the Ultralytics company. So we have specified that RoboFlow's format of YOLO V5, that is from the Ultralytics, will be taken and will be imported into our library, into our program. Then where your data set will be available, we have given the address. Our data set should be available into this particular directory. Then we are going to download the processed data from the RoboFlow. On the RoboFlow, we have created a project named as a thermal. From that particular project, we are going to download the data. After downloading that particular data, the data will be available. The data will be visible into our system as well. Just wait for 1 or 2 minutes. The data will be available over here. Now, because we are not going to, there is a one command I have written over here that I want to train my model for that many number of images, for that many number of loops, 5,000 loops on the data that is available into my folder. So training will take time. Training can take 2 hours or 3 hours. So that particular training has already been done. Whenever we are training the model, it is creating a trained model. That particular trained model we have already saved onto our system. and the name of that particular model we have taken as best. So we are going to upload that particular model on our drive. This model will be uploaded on our drive. Similarly, after uploading the trained model onto the drive, we needed to upload the image on which we want to make the detection. Suppose we have stored some of the images. For example, I wanted to check what are the objects available in this particular image. I have also uploaded this particular image onto your Google Drive or onto your Google Colab, so that with this particular pre-trained model, we will be able to analyze what are the different objects are available in this particular image. It is taking some time to upload the trained model because it was heavy. After trained with the 5,000 iteration, so taking some time for the uploading. So you can see here the YOLO data set, whatever the data set we have downloaded from the RoboFlow, that data set is available here, thermal data set, in which we are having the train images, test images, validation images. We have worked with the YOLO V5. We have downloaded the YOLO V5 model. So this is also available here in the folder. In that particular folder, we have created some Python files, like the train file to train the model, the detect file that we are going to use now for making the detections. After that, whatever the results will be there, that particular results will be saved. This best.pt, this best.pt model has been uploaded or has uploaded on your Colab, and we are going to make the detection on this particular file. The name of the file we have given. So what we are going to do, you can see this particular command. In this particular command, we are calling to the file detect.py. It is going to use the weights, going to use the learnings of the model. Which model? Best.pt model. Best.pt model we have already uploaded over. So which particular image we wanted to use? We wanted to use the image _01684 that we have already uploaded here. We will execute this particular file. Once you will execute this particular command, it is showing that YOLO V5 is working. And after execution, it is providing us this particular object. If you can see here, it is detecting 2 cycles and 1 light vehicle. We have not categorized the data as a car or van. We have given the small vehicles as a name light vehicle, or whatever the big cars are there, they have been nominated as heavy vehicles. So in this particular image, 2 cycles and 1 light vehicle has been detected. Now we will see the visualization of that particular image. You can see here the image, the system is downloading the image, as well as it has shown you the image over here that this is a cycle and the confidence is 47%. The model is saying with the 47% of the confidence, I'm saying this is a cycle. This is another cycle with a confidence of 22%. This is another light vehicle with the confidence of around 10% only. So we are passing an image, and based upon the features, the system has learned from the details or from the data set we have provided during the training time. The machine is able to identify the objects and making the bounding boxes around that particular vehicles. Hopefully, this particular demonstration will giving you the idea how the machine is working, because we have used a very small set of images, so the confidence levels are coming very small. There are some important parameters, factors that we are going to discuss over here. That whatever your model is there, its accuracy totally depends upon various parameters. Amount of data set, how many number of images you have given to your model to make the learning. If I have taken only 100 images, then definitely my accuracy will be less. But if I am using 10,000 images or 20,000 images, definitely my accuracy will improve. We know that if we are making a particular child or a student in the class to learn, giving the 2 examples in the class may not make the learning very much efficient, but we will utilize 3 to 4 classes on the single concept only, and giving the examples on the same concept again and again to 10 to 12 examples. Most of the students will be able to solve that particular problem. But yes, the time consumption will be more. If we are going to take that much number of images for the machine to learn, the system may take number of days, even month for the training, and we need that much amount of time to produce the output if you want a model to be very much accurate. So amount of data set is corresponding to your time. So depending upon how much time you are having or you want to utilize for the training of your model, you are going to select the data set. Second is the quality of the data set. Whatever your images are there, whether they are HD images, they are noisy images, the images are not very much clear. And when you are making the bounding boxes around them for the training purpose, whether you are making the correct classification at that particular time or not, that particular quality is also going to affect the accuracy of your model. Next one is the model architecture. Model architecture means how many number of neural networks, how many number of neurons, how many number of layers you are going to use for the training of the model. If your model is more complex, complex means number of neurons are more, number of layers are more, definitely the accuracy will be more. If this is the simplest model or you are using less number of neurons, definitely the accuracy is going to suffer. So you can go with the further reading on these particular concepts. Machine learning is fun. This is one of the, you can take this particular link. In that we have given a very big explained description how the deep learning and the convolutional neural network is working. Similarly, you can see how we can make the implementation and you can work with the CNN and with the deep learning models by going to this particular website tensorflow.org. Yes, thank you, participants. If you are having any queries, you can ask.
Thank you so much, ma'am. This was very impactful presentation and you have bounded us with your visionary thoughts. And on the audience, thank you so much for your patience and participation. I'm sure you must have upgraded your skills by the inputs and learning shared by Ms. Usha Mittal. So thank you so much, ma'am. And yes, ma'am, we have few queries from our attendees. So with your permission, we'll take up those queries, ma'am.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so ma'am, there is an attendee named Gursimran. He wants to know that in which year of our program we learn this AI.
Students will start learning AI from their second year onwards. First of all, they are having a basic course of artificial intelligence. Then we are having 6 courses in their engineering minor. which are based upon the machine learning and deep learning. So from the second year onwards, the students will go in the AI, and from the third year onwards, they will go with the machine learning and deep learning courses. Every semester, one or two courses will be offered to them.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So we'll take up another query from Megha Rai. She wants to know that is self-driving car like the one by Tesla works on this AI mechanism?
Yes, they are working on these particular technologies only because we need to make the learning to the cars only that whether there are any other object uh, uh, just in front of them or they're around, so that they can make the break or they can avoid the collisions and they can make the speed. So deep learning type of applications are working in that particular area.
Okay. So, ma'am, we'll take up last but not the least question. So, there's another attendee named Tanzan. He wants to know that I want to use AI to detect the shelf life of the products for cost-effective retail operations. So, how LPU faculty will help me in my research?
Sure. You will come with your proposal. You will have some data set. You can show your data set. And if you need any help in the collection of the data set, which type of data, in which particular format the data is required, definitely in every field, the LPU faculty will help us.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much for resolving all the queries of our attendees. And now we'll quickly move to our admission expert, Dr. Chirag Sharma. So, sir, over to you for the admission part of the university.
So as you can see that we have around 13 LPU students who have participated in Olympics 2020, which was held last year in Tokyo. So LPU has a very good ranking in terms, as per the World University ranking, LPU has been ranked 36 among top universities of India as per Time Higher Education ranking. If we talk about the campus life and the exposure that we are offering, so we were the first private university to conduct 106th Indian Science Congress, which was held in LPU from January to from January 3rd January to 7th January in 2019. And, our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji has actually inaugurated it. If I talk about various events and the campus life, we basically give exposure to the students. So we have been conducting convocations which were inaugurated by then presidents of India as well as Afghanistan. You can see late Shri Arun Jaitley sir has actually inaugurated our school, which was LPU Startup School. So we have been conducting various events. Various life skills lessons have been given to all the faculties as well as the students. If I'm moving from real life heroes to real life heroes. So we had the visits of Shah Rukh Khan sir, Dhoni sir for promotion of their events and as well as movies. So we have very big, vibrant campus. So the infrastructure is actually pretty huge. It's 600-acre plus university. As you can see, this is an open auditorium which is known as amphitheater, which is actually connected with various blocks. Various academic blocks are associated with each other, and it basically hosts various big events of lovely professional university. So you can see Shanti Devi Mittal Auditorium is also there. This is also an indoor auditorium which has a capacity of 2,000 plus people who can sit in this. This is actually Uni Mall, or which is known as Academic Resource Center, where students can get all the daily life accessories from the shops present in the mall. And there are many shops which are there in the mall. It's a 9-story building. So, and if I talk about the infrastructure, the biggest point of us is Central Library, which is a 4-story building, and it has a capacity of more than 1 lakh books in the library itself. In Uni Mall, we have the facility of bowling and as well as gym. High quality equipments are there. So apart from that, we have Uni Hospital. This is at this point of time, hospital is the prime most important thing in this pandemic, and we have this hospital facility at home, where hospital facility in the campus where student can actually get access 24/7. So, and the biggest reason that why we are Olympic medalists, we are having Olympic medalists along with various prizes in Hello India Games 2022. We were actually the second prize holders there. This is the facility that we provide to the students in the form of indoor sporting complex, which has the capacity of various sports such as swimming, badminton, the shooting range is also there, along with squash courts, table tennis facility, volleyball sport is also there. This is actually the night view of the campus, and night view of the campus along with the evening view of the campus. So if I talk about the residential facility, we are bring a campus and you cannot directly enter to the university. You must have a security identification in the form of turnstile. You must go through turnstile and then by default enter to the university. So again, a ragging-free campus and 24 hours total security, which is provided to the students. We have the capacity of one-seater, two-seater, three-seater, four-seater, along with various apartments also, and 6 girls and 8 boys hostels, and we have capacity of 20,000 plus total students. And the food that we provide are South Indian, North Indian, as well as standard mess that we provide to the students. So this was the campus infrastructure part. Now I'm going to take your attention towards the course that was actually told by Usha ma'am. So if I talk about the website, you can directly link to our website, which is nest.lpu.in. Again, the website link is nest.lpu.in. Over here, we have various courses like BTech, MTech. So obviously, your intention is, if let's say you want to do BTech, so in BTech, I'll just select that BTech option. By default, it will take me to the engineering options, and we have various engineering which are provided. So obviously, we are talking about computer science engineering. So like over here, we have BTech and BTech honors which are provided to the students. So I'll just basically overview with the courses that we provide. So obviously, we were talking about computer science and engineering courses. It has linked me to another website link, and in that particular case, we have various options in computer science engineering part. Let me tell you a difference. The difference is when you do a specialized course, you start from the very first year with that specialized course, like machine learning and artificial intelligence. We do have that particular course, or we have another BTech computer science in engineering course also, where you get the specialization option in the very second year. It means fourth semester, you will get that option. What kind of specialization you want to opt for, like whether it can be cyber security, machine learning, data science, along with full stack web development, IoT. So these are the engineering minors, and if you choose any of them, you will study 4 subjects of that in fifth, sixth, and seventh and eighth semester. But you can also choose a specialized course also. Like we have the specialized course of BTech Computer Science Engineering, uh, whether it is with cybersecurity and blockchain, which is in tie-up with CompTIA, whether it is BTech or honors computer science engineering, data science and data engineering, which is in tie-up with Transorg, or we provide BTech honors computer science and engineering, full stack software development. It is in tie-up with Geek for Geeks. And since Usha ma'am told you about a course which is known as Beta Computer Science Engineering, AI and Data Engineering course, so this is something which is absolutely, which is a tie-up with some certain company also. So like let me just give you an overview. It is actually in tie-up with FutureEnse. So this is actually a course where you will have various options, like you will be assured a package of 12 lakh. So it is a work integrated program. So you will have global professors for practice. So obviously global professors will teach you that become future ready professional with FutureEnse as a company, which will basically provide you opportunity to tie up with various companies, and you get free paid internship throughout your 4-year degree. So it means by the time you are graduated, so you'll be getting that particular experience with free paid internship throughout. So again, it's something which is a very good option, where you are learning as well as you are earning. So this is something a very good option. So for that, we have a scholarship scheme also. So scholarship is based on the eligibility part. So I would basically tell you the eligibility part of this particular program. So the eligibility is you must get 65% of aggregate in +2 marks along with the subject to qualify LPU Nest and the interview which is going to be conducted by future and technology people. They'll have a certain kind of questions that they basically ask the candidates. So again, that is one case. This is eligibility part. The scholarship is actually based on your performance in either your +2 examination or your JEE main marks or your performance in LPU Nest marks. So one of them, if you get, again, you will get the scholarship. Like for an example, if you get 95% or plus in +2, so you'll be getting the scholarship of 20%. If you have 90 to 94.99 percentage marks, you will be getting the scholarship of 15%, or you get 80 to 89% marks, you will get the scholarship of 19,000 or 10% of program fee. So let me just tell you the fees of this program. The fees of this program is 1,90,000. So again, guys, just see the entire structure. So if you have LPU Nest, if let's say you have to apply for LPU Nest examination because this is a mandate condition for it, I'll tell you the important dates for that. So again, 1,90,000 is there. So your scholarship is dependent upon three criteria: LPUNS score, which is more than or equal to a category 1 cutoff. If let's say category 1 cutoff is there, you'll get 20% of the scholarship. Then if you have a category 2 cutoff, it is 15%, or if you have category 3 cutoff, you have 10%. Again, similarly, with this qualification of 95% or more in +2, again category, you will be getting the scholarship of 20%. Again, JEE means percentile of 95 percentile or more. So I would like to tell you that out of these, whatever is the best, you will get the scholarship on the basis of that. So this is again a specialization course. So you can opt for basic course also of computer science engineering. It's up to you. It's all up to you, but let me tell you the important dates of this particular course. And the important date of this particular course is 26th May. We have started the registration process. So last date of application of LPU Nest is 31st July. So it means 13 days are left. You will have to get the slot book. It is an online remotely exam that is going to be conducted. And importantly, the date of examination is from 6th of June to 5th of August. So it means the moment you basically give the examination, next day you will have your result, and after result you will have to take the admission within 7 days. If I just talk about the simple BTech CSE course, so just a minute. For that, again, there are three kind of scholarships that we basically provide, whether it is on the basis of your LPU Nest performance or JEE means percentile, or you have on the basis of your +2 examination. For that, the fees is 1,20,000. So guys, what is the difference? The difference is in work integrated program, you are working in the company along with you are studying. So it means the moment you are out, you will be having the experience of 3 years after 4 years of degree. But in this particular course, your admission is entirely dependent. It's not the industry oriented courses. It's basic computer science engineering courses, where in second year you will have those options to find out what kind of specialization you want, whether it is artificial intelligence, or whether it is data science, whether cyber security, and other various specializations that we give, like IoT as well. So that is the decision that you have to take in second year. So in that, the fees is 1,20,000, and the scholarship criteria is also same, whether it is on the basis of LPU Nest, JEE, or 95% marks or above in +2. +2 marks, JEE means percentile, or LPU Nest. So you will also get the scholarship on the basis if you have very good score in any cultural performer, or other special scholarship on the basis of whether it is whether you are a education top would. It's up to you. The scholarship is entirely merit independent, and I would advise you to apply before 31st of July so that you can avail the maximum scholarship that they are providing. So if there is any question, I can help with the answers.
Thank you so much, sir, for the detailed information about the admission part. And with this, I'll suggest all the attendees, I'll give you an advice that decisions determine destiny. So don't just wait for the last date, decide your own dates and take the admissions as soon as possible. So thank you everyone. That's all for today. Thank you attendees for sparing time and participating in today's webinar. We appreciate you all for being here, and I believe your knowledge has been enriched by this webinar. And also I would like to express my appreciation to the experts for their valuable contribution on the topic. Let's see the world without eyes, AI enabled object recognition. So attendees, experts, thank you so much. I'm sure your years of research, your years of experience will definitely help the attendees to choose the right path. So until next time, I'm Ruby Gill, finally sign off the session. Thank you, everyone.